Okay, let's talk about ThinManager security groups. What I want to do is I'm going to double click on my ThinManager icon up here in the top left hand part of the tree to open up our ThinManager server configuration wizard. I'm going to click the next button 5 times. It's going to bring us over to our ThinManager security groups. Now, why is this page important? Well, normally administrators are the only people who have access to ThinManager functions. This particular page in our wizard allows access to be granted to people so they can perform specific jobs without being elevated to the administrator role. Now, your settings are basically this. You've got your Windows user group. This drop down shows the group that is being configured, okay, and then the fields over here, you've got your available field or your allowed field. Now, your available field is the list that shows the ThinManager functions that are available to the Windows group displayed in the Windows user group box, and these functions can be added to the allowed list by double clicking. So if I were to come over here to the ThinManager administrators or to ThinManager shadow users or any of these here, you'll see how that changes and the different ones that we have. Now, if I wanted to make a change to any of those, the available options are over here. I could double click and simply take it over to the allowed process, or I can simply double click in the allowed process to move it back. Okay, that's simply by doing either, double clicking to move it from one to the other or what have you. The buttons up here, delete group as well as add group. Now, the button basically, if I hit delete group, it will remove the highlighted group in the Windows users group. As well as adding a group, it's going to launch a new window where a new Windows group can be added to the configuration. So if you wanted to create your own, you could. Now, you might be asking, why would I want to change the default settings? Well, creating a Windows group and granting access to ThinManager functions allows people to use ThinManager without being an administrator. ThinManager allows different levels of access and functionality based on standard Windows groups. By default, only members with Windows Administrator group has the ability to connect to the ThinManager and use the application. The ThinManager security group allows other Windows groups to be granted privileges to ThinManager. Okay, so ThinManager comes with privileges predefined in 6 groups. Each of these groups, except administrators, needs to be created on the domain controller in the local users and groups on the computer management console, and members need to be added before they can be used if you're in a domain environment. Now, as far as the different things that we have in the Windows users group, you notice that we've got administrator, we've got ThinManager administrators, and we've got a number of different ones that are already predefined. I'm just going to kind of go through a few of these for you while we're looking at that list. Administrators, they are the Microsoft defined administrator group. It is given permissions to all privileges by default inside of ThinManager. This may be denied by unselecting various allowed Windows users group permissions if you wanted to. As far as the ThinManager administrators, well, they have full permission to do anything inside of ThinManager, including power to log off sessions, kill processes, send messages, restart terminals, calibrate touchscreens, change terminal configurations, update firmware, update the term cap, and restore configurations. Administrators and members of the ThinManager administrators can shadow terminals and interactively control the terminal sessions. These privileges may not be removed and they will be grayed out. So if I select that, you'll see that that's grayed out. Okay, the ThinManager Interactive Shadows group. Members of this group may shadow a terminal interactively. Okay, so if you look at that, that's what that looks like. The power users, they can log off sessions, kill processes, send messages, restart terminals. They can calibrate touchscreens. They cannot change terminal configurations, update the firmware. They can't update the term cap and restore the configurations. The ThinManager power users, however, can shadow terminals within ThinManager, but they cannot interact with the actual session itself. Okay, and then we have the ThinManager shadow users. Okay, the members of this group may shadow terminals but not interactive with them. Okay, and then we have the ThinManager users. Okay, now they can view only, they cannot log off sessions, they cannot kill processes or send messages or restart terminals or calibrate touchscreens. They can't shadow a terminal either. Okay, they can only view. Selecting a group up here in the area allows you to see all of these things, and I've got a few others that I created as well inside here. This TM admin, TM connect only, and so forth. But you can change any of these things that you'd like if you need to in your environment, or add more inside the ThinManager Server Configuration Wizard under ThinManager Security Groups.
For more tips and gems, please visit thinmanager.com.